Thanks everyone for coming to the session about the benefits of volunteering. My name is Carol Alvarez. I work at the Multicultural Association and I'm an employment coach in the employment department. So today's session it's gonna be mainly about the benefits of volunteering and volunteering has like this kind of like phrase that says by the community for the community. So I'll dive into it and also want to mention that if you have any questions, you can leave it at the end and I will be gladly to answer any questions as well. All right. So for today's agenda, we're going to give volunteering an introduction. We're going to talk about what is volunteering. We're also going to talk about the importance of volunteering, types of volunteering, benefits of the volunteering, and why volunteering is actually really important for your resume, especially whenever you're coming from different countries and this is kind of like your first kind of experience you're having in Canada. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the police criminal record checks as well. So, yeah, first of all, what is volunteering? So, volunteering is about giving your time for a good cause. So, volunteering it's a free service that you give to that community. Volunteering is you do not get paid for volunteering. So, it's not a job. It doesn't have usually sometimes you don't have a contract. Uh, Companies or nonprofit organizations will never ask for your bank information because it is a time that you are giving to the nonprofit organization. So, what is to be a volunteer? So, volunteers are someone who give their time and skills to the community or a nonprofit organization. Usually nonprofit organizations are kind of like the main contact where you will contact them if you want to become a volunteer. And this decision is voluntary, so no one should like um tell you like, oh, you should go volunteer. It's up to you. If you want to give your time to that community and if you want to help and bring your skills and help the community with your skills, then that's actually your decision to do. But it benefits yourself and it will benefit, of course, the community. So, why is volunteering important? So sometimes we say, oh, volunteering is important because I'm gaining experience and then I'll put it in my resume and everything. But actually, volunteering helps empowering individuals. So because volunteering is not a paid position, it actually helps individual know more about giving your time and giving your time to the community. It gives individuals a sense of community. It tells individuals that sometimes not receiving money but helping the community, it's actually really fulfilled. So that's what the individuals have a sense of community when they're volunteering. It also helps and bring a connection for people to work that volunteer at a nonprofit organization. So this can allow you to gain networking skills and connect with the staff of that organization. It also allows people to learn and develop more skills. So in every volunteer position, you're learning and you're developing more skills. Because sometimes volunteering doesn't mean that you will be doing something that you're doing every day for work or for life or for anything. Sometimes volunteering is doing an activity that you're not used to it And that's the best way of volunteering because you're giving your time, but you're also learning and you're also helping the community. So that's why it's really, really good for volunteers. So in the voluntary topic, we have two different types of volunteering. So we have formal volunteering and then informal. So formal is what we have discussed. So when individuals give their time to a nonprofit organization, and such as like, oh, you are gonna handle donations, you're gonna help us with events, you're gonna help with activities, you're also gonna do outreach to raise awareness, you're gonna help with a fundraise, right? So it's anything the nonprofit organization is asking you to do. And so let's say that your nonprofit organization, it will be your supervisor, but again, it's not paid. So this is a form of volunteering because you sometimes nonprofit organizations will ask you to apply to become a voluntary. And once you apply, then they will connect with you. And any volunteering activity that you do with nonprofit organizations in New Brunswick, you have to go under a criminal record check because sometimes you're dealing with vulnerable sectors, and most nonprofit organizations targets a vulnerable population. So that's why you need to go and do a criminal record check in the police department. We're gonna talk a little bit about that later on, but yeah. So then we also have informal volunteering. And informal volunteering is when volunteers give time to a group of people or an individual. So this can be something that you're doing because you just want to help. So it's no shovel for a neighbor. There's nothing, you didn't go to a process, right? You didn't apply to help your neighbor. You didn't do a criminal record check to help your neighbor. You're just doing it because you just want to help. And anytime that you help, that's actually considered a volunteering type, but it will be informal volunteering. You can also help older adults carry groceries, right? So you are like, let's say in Sobeys, and they just need help to carry the groceries to their car. Informal volunteering. Then donations of a food to a local food bank and unpaid babysitting. That's also informal volunteering. And then, so we're gonna talk about why do people actually volunteer? Here, I'm sorry, here's a typo, but why do people actually volunteer? As we mentioned, volunteering has a lot of benefits already. But the main reasons why people volunteer is to actually help the community. Helping the community, it has been proven by different research that it helps the quality of life of someone because they're giving their time to help others. And helping others is usually it's a sense of belonging and a sense of adaptation, especially for newcomers, because we're adapting to a new culture by helping this new community that we were brought to. So once you're volunteering, you're always doing good things. You're giving positive outcomes will be the result whenever you're volunteering. It also increases self-confidence because you are doing something that you are not used to it or in your routine. It increases your self-confidence because you are doing something that is not on your comfort zone. So that's why you're increasing different skills and you're developing new skills. That these skills can apply to your day-to-day job or to your day-to-day life. So yeah. We also have to have a sense of pride and belonging. So it's just mentioned, you will just feel that you belong to the New Brunswick community because you're already giving a little bit about your time to this community. So it provides a sense of pride and belonging. And volunteering creates empowerment. Definitely a big thing here. And I don't know if we mentioned this early, but it also allows you to connect with different people, right? It allows you to have a little bit of networking where you are entitled to, you are handling like different projects and you will like tell the volunteer coordinator like, oh, I did this, right? And once you have like that connection with staff whenever you're volunteering, that will actually help you to increase your chance of getting a job in the organization you're volunteering, because they already know how you work. They already know the positive outcomes you have done whenever you were giving your time as a volunteer, and they already know you. So they sometimes employers will prefer hiring someone who they already know how they work, than someone that it will be completely new to their organization. So that's actually a really good benefit for volunteering as well. So yeah. So now we're gonna talk about where do people volunteer in Fredericton, and I'll go through the website as well so we can navigate together. So yeah. All right. So actually, where to start? You can start anywhere. You can start by searching the website of a nonprofit organization and see if they're looking for a volunteer. So if so, email the volunteer coordinators or the person who is in charge. Most of the nonprofit organizations will tend to have a volunteer section for you to see if you want to volunteer with them. Then it will be the main contact information. Sometimes you already have the form that you have to fill out if you want to become a volunteer, and all of this different like information that they will ask if you want to become a volunteer. And you can also, and if you don't know where to start, the best way to start is going to Connect Fredericton. So I'll stop my sharing my screen. Or just give me 1 second here. And then I'll put Connect Fredericton. So you go to Google, just Google Connect Fredericton, and then pretty sure it's this one. Yes. So once you're here, you can create a login. You will need to create accounts. So you will either log in, or if you already have an account, you will just sign up. So then if you scroll all the way down, you start seeing like, oh, new volunteer drivers for a new ride service. So this organization, like if you want to know more about it, so it's your urban rural rides. They're looking for more volunteers, and they're looking for volunteers who can drive, right? And here, if you want to be part of that community, you can give a call to this information here. We also have, let's say here, recent needs. So let's say that you want to volunteer like in the upcoming summer. So you just go see here like, oh, Friday Beach Rib Fest needs volunteer. That will happen June 6th to June 9th of 2024. There's also Meals on Wheels, that is meal delivery driver. Here, the Multicultural Association is also looking for volunteers. So like want to tutor, then join our tutoring program. And basically in all of this kind of, let's say posts, you will always have a description and like a contact email or a contact phone number. So yeah, and also whenever you're logging, you can also like apply within your login credentials. So you can do that as well. And then if you just scroll down, here, like this is the recent agencies that I have looked. So they will always pop up. And if you want to see like all the agencies that Connect Fredericton works with, you just go to agencies here in this side. And yeah, you will go through like, let's say, Adult Literacy Fredericton, 8th New Brunswick, Alzheimer's Society. And here it shows all the organizations that are registered with Connect Fredericton. And of course, every organization has a different step to follow for you to become a volunteer, right? So yeah. And I also want to, I'll share with you, like, let's say we want to volunteer in MCAF. So here. So let's say that you want to volunteer at MCAF. This is just an example, right? So you will go to employment, no, get involved, and you will become a volunteer. So see, you will click here to volunteer today, and then it will show the open positions of the volunteer opportunities that are within MCAF. And whenever you're like, oh, I really like this opportunity, you will just click, you will read the description, and then you will just hit apply now. And if you need any assistance, you can always reach out that contact. So that's like how different nonprofit organizations try to work with. And it's really, really beneficial as well, because you're also like giving your time to the community. So that was a little bit about where to start for you to volunteer. I'll put that again here. And then we're gonna talk about why is volunteering actually important for your resume. So first of all, it demonstrates commitment and compassion. Commitment and passion. Whenever you're putting in your resume that you volunteer, especially with a new community, we newcomers come from different countries, and if we put it like in our Canadian resume, like, oh, I actually volunteering, I actually do volunteering at this organization, you are showing the employer that you're committed and that you have passion. And that's a good initiative for you to for them to see that you're giving your time to a community that is completely new to you, but you are passionate about helping, right? So again, that's why this shows employers that you can take initiatives and contribute to that community. And most of the jobs, manager jobs, sales associates jobs, assistants, admin jobs, will always look for someone who is willing to take initiatives and to contribute. So if you volunteer, you're developing these skills. And that's why the second important topic is it allows you to develop new skills. Volunteer helps develop new skills like leadership, communication, problem solving skills. All of this like skills are really, really important, and will be and you will be developing these skills within your volunteering period. Sometimes in volunteer you will have to take some leadership, because you're like, let's put it in a way that you are a senior volunteer. Then sometimes the organization is like, oh, can you train these new volunteers? So you're taking the leadership role. You're showing them around. You are communicating with them. And if they have any problem, you're also developing problem solving skills. So that's really important, because volunteering is also able, what allows you to develop soft skills. And soft skills in Canada are really, really important as well. So then insights into work environment. So it gives you an idea on how organizations operate and learn about different workplace cultures. So that's also really important, because once we are newcomers will tend to come, we would tend to come to Canada, we actually don't know how the Canadian workplace culture works. So that's why volunteering is really important, because it gives us an idea on how the different organizations operate, what's the Canadian workplace culture, and all of those. And it actually allows you to like improve and connect with this organization that you're volunteering. And if you want to know more about the Canadian workplace culture, in their YouTube channel of MCAP Employment Services, we have a video that is only related to workplace culture in Canada. So you can check that out. Then our last like important outcome is indicates adaptability. So you can show different organizations that you're able to adapt and navigate different environments and challenges. As I mentioned early, sometimes volunteering work doesn't mean that you're gonna do something that you're doing in your everyday life. You're sometimes it's better for you to try new things when you're volunteering. And that's showing that you're able to adapt to different environments and challenges. And with adapting with different environment and challenges, then you're also increasing your problem solving skills, because then you will know you have to have different, like, how to solve different problems from different perspectives, from different sectors, from different community members that will need help, right? So, yeah. So our last slide for volunteering is how to get a criminal record check. As I mentioned, in New Brunswick, you will need to have a criminal record check if you want to volunteer in a nonprofit organization. So for you to get a criminal check, it's actually really basic, and it's really straightforward, the process. So I have put here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but over here, it's the link of where to get your criminal record check. If you, for some reason, cannot see it, you can just Google criminal record check Fredericton, and it will appear. So the first of all, you will need to determine the type of criminal record check you need. Choose an appropriate type of criminal check. It can be a basic check where they just will see your basic information, and then the police officer will get that, or a basic check with a vulnerable sector check, and that's basically if the organization is requesting for it, for this vulnerable sector check, they will of course let you know. So that on the first step. Then second, you will have to complete an application form. This can actually be done online, like all of this process can be done online. However, if you want to go in person and just get more information, you can definitely do so. And once you fill out the application is basically like your personal information, so they can know like who are they doing the criminal record check, and who are they, and what organization you're gonna be volunteering, right? So the third step, after you fill out the application form and fill out like different categories of that form, then you will have to pay a fee. And I'm not sure, I think that it was between $30 to $50. I'm not sure. That's why you had to check online. And then processing time can vary. It can vary on how many criminal record checks the police department is getting on time by time. So, but you usually receive your results within a few weeks, so don't worry about it. And once you receive your results, then you just have to go to the police department and pick up your results. And for that, you will need two government IDs. So it can be your passport and your driver's license. And that's basically it. And once you have your criminal record check, you just go to the nonprofit organization and share that you have obtained your criminal record check. So that's pretty simple as well. And that's the end of the presentation, actually. If you have any questions, you can please say so. And this is my contact information as well. So I'll stop with the sharing, and I'll stop with the screen.